rights to this music. And I'm gonna, that's pretty loud, but I'm gonna take my chances anyway. If I have to dispute it, I'll dispute it. Um, Good news is, since I last been live, the last couple of times I've been saying I misplaced my little piece for my mic. Well, I found it, so didn't need to buy a whole new mic. So that's great news. Um, I literally just broke this thumbnail, which pissed me off. I was doing something and it just detached itself. There's nobody in here now. I know it's been ages since I went live. And maybe we'll touch on that in a little bit. Okay. Yeah, maybe we'll touch on that in a little bit, but don't expect don't expect it. Don't expect it too often. Guys, if you've been on my channel, following me for a while, you know I moved to the beat of my own drum. I don't set schedules. I just do what I feel like when I feel like doing it, okay? But more so, this pause in between, this recent pause, has been because, you know, I just feel like where I'm at in life right now, you know, God is calling me to, thank you, whoever gave me the like. God is calling me to um, be more modest. And I'm not talking about modesty in the terms of how I come, okay? Because we're always conscientious of that. But in modesty for me, just knowing that sometimes I have to hide myself, like I do. Reason being is because I feel like I'm in a certain season right now, which I won't discuss until the time is right. But I'm in a certain season where everybody is not meant to see me right now. I'm going through a beautiful transitional phase in my life. So I feel called by God to be seen less, you know, on public platforms. Hi, Kato. What's going on? Happy Saturday. Um, so yeah, so I just been taking, you know, a step back. You guys know I was sick one time. I had a sinus infection one time. Another time it was that RSV. Um, Thanks, guys. Hey, your favorite cookie. Thanks. Thanks, guys, for the likes. So yeah, I was sick, so I couldn't go live, you know. And then when I was able to go live, just I just feel like, you know, I'm in my season to be hidden kind of thing for a purpose. And like I said, I can't talk too much on that right now, but in due season, you know. But it's a good purpose. You say, what are you doing? I'm doing my nails. I had to repair, and I'm mad because this was like already set and ready to go, and I just broke it right before I went live. So I apologize being late. Um, mm. Hey guys. Julian Terrell. So I don't know what your name is, and I am not your mommy. I don't play them games. Thank you for the likes. Hi, Ali. You said you're new. Welcome. I'm not talking about nothing major. Well, I am. I did want to get into a couple of topics today while I do my nails. I can't do like 50 things at once, and this music is whoa. But can you guys hear me? Random videos. I'm gonna show you the door. That's what I'm gonna show you. The door. There we go. Forever hidden from my channel. Um, um, Let me see if I can. Rhett Smith, the bro. Hi, I just want to make you happy today. You'll make me happy by making yourself happy. Hi. Hi, I'm new to what's this live about? Hi, thanks guys. So I'm gonna be doing my nails and I'm just gonna be chit chatting, girl talk, guy talk, whatever talk. Thanks for the likes. Today I want to talk about my mean girl energy that I realize that I have. Is mean girl energy the fruits of the spirit? No, it's not. So it's something that I have to work on. I was trying to express it a few months ago last year, towards the end of last year. But I did mention it, like, when someone is like, when someone does wrong to me, when a girl do me wrong and it leaves a bitter taste in my mouth, like, I can just, I don't know, I become so cold, like, very off-putting, like, night and day. Like, you thought I was this, oh my gosh, she's so bubbly and sweet and this, that, and the third. And as soon as you do me wrong, it's a completely different side. What's up, Alani Rodriguez? Hi. You're the best, period. Thing do. Hello, you guys got some interesting names. Yeah. So thank you for the tulips, thing do. I love tulips. I'm trying to grow one back. Good morning. Good morning. If it's morning where you guys are, it's the afternoon for me. But yeah, so I just wanted to touch a little bit on that because, can you guys hear this? Because I'm realizing that I don't even want this that powerful. I'm realizing that, I don't even know why I did this. I didn't even cut it. I'm realizing that, I could just be a little not so friendly. And I like to consider myself to be a girl's girl. You know, I am the epitome of a girl's girl. But once you cross me, like, I turn into a mean girl real quick. Like, lose all sense of girl's girl and straight mean girl. And I'm not saying like that's, like, it used to be a lot worse. Now I'm cognizant of it. So, I try to limit, certain behaviors and attitudes. Hi, Michelle. Where are you from? I'm from heaven. Good morning. So I feel like, because, if you joined my lives last year, what's going on? You're gorgeous. You're a gorgeous woman with $1 million smile. Night from England, the Brit. Oh, what's that? That's what's up. Good night. Chris Harwood. Harewood. Chris Harewood. There you go. Hi, Rafkna. Am I saying that? Pronouncing that correctly? Sorry if I'm not. I do try to at least pronounce it. I'm not gonna leave y'all hanging. I tried. Diego Andrade. Hi, Chris. You something do Brazil, Rio de Janeiro. I don't know if you're asking me if I've ever been to Brazil. The answer to that question is no. I would love to go, more particularly Rio. I want to see the Jesus statue. Like, that's one of the seven world wonders, right? I want to see that. Oh yeah, let me hide that one. Let me get down to the bottom of it. Oh, what's going on? What are we talking about? Michelle, you said you do have a pretty smile and you're pretty. I love your hair like that. Are those dreads or braids? Thank you, Michelle. These are locks, dreads. Yep. I had a lock knot bob in it recently, and I took the lock knot bob out. So it's really crinkly and curly, and I want the curls to stay in for at least literally one more week. So until next Saturday. and then I'll be ready to wash my hair. I think it's been about 6 weeks, to be honest, with this overall hairstyle. So I'm just trying to get the best out of this one last week, and then I'll be ready to wash. But my scalp is doing fine. No dandruff, not itchy or anything, not dry, not flaky. So definitely in its healthy state. I made sure that before I, did my lock knot bob. But yeah, all mine. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Appreciate you. Thank you guys for the likes. Y'all showing out. So yeah, I wanted to talk about, how last year God, revealed to me the fruits of the spirit, which of course, you grow up in church, you're familiar with the fruits of the spirit. But for me, I've gotten acquainted, connected to what it means to have the godly fruits. And yes, I'm doing acrylic nails. I'm about to apply the acrylic on in a minute. I'm talking. I'm trying to do 20 things at once. So I may stop. Talking, guys. I have other acrylic nail videos that I've probably about 2, 3 more videos that I've done, maybe more than that. Actually, I have a playlist. There we go. I have a playlist with me doing my nails. So I do spend some time on here. I may go in and out, talking and not talking, just to focus and, move along and not be stuck like I am now. But trying to give you guys, a little bit. I'm trying to do this desk too. Some feedback, as well as some nail update. I can barely see myself because of the sun, so I hope you guys can see me. But yeah, I wanted to talk about my mean girl energy because it's something. It's a characteristic about me that I used to love that I don't like anymore. Like I used to love throwing it out. Like yeah, I'm cold. I can be cold. Like they used to call me icy. That's how cold I could be. And now I'm realizing like I'm trying to figure out how to manage my mean girl energy. Hey, Dunya, Dun Yali, Denali, Denali. Hey, girls. Hey. But yeah, so I'm trying to figure out how do I balance when someone wronged me, backdoored me, um, shoot, if they try to throw me under the bus. Like these are all the things that a woman like me experience. Okay, like I don't have any drama in my life. I don't, but every now and again a little something happens, and I know, like, just me personally, I just feel like I can be kinder even when someone has wronged me, You said, oh my gosh, your hair is gorgeous. Thank you, Denali. Am I saying that right? Denali. Denali. I'm saying that wrong. I'm so sorry. Dunyali. Forgive me. But thank you. So, in the fruits of the spirit, it talks about having forbearance, which is a form of patience, and long suffering. And I told you guys in the past, for those who came across the video when I said this, that is something that I actually want to deep dive in. How do we separate the two, differentiate the two, balance the two? You know what I'm saying? Like, how do we balance having patience and long suffering when it comes to protecting your heart? So I feel like my mean girl energy comes from literally a defense mechanism. Like, I'll give you guys an example. Do I want to use a real life example? Um, hmm, I can say it vaguely. Let me try and say it vaguely without spilling, tea. But I can say that I know in the past that, for in general, like if someone was trying to get ahead, right? And in order for them to get ahead, they felt like they had to throw me under the bus. Now, this person is someone that I genuinely supported, rocked with, like, because I'm teen girls girl, right? So I'm the type of person that, give praise and accolades to whom is deserving. I won't hold back. Sometimes, when I do that, some people are uncomfortable because they're not used to people just like being genuinely happy for them, which I get. So sometimes it could be a little overbearing, but for this particular individual, I was like really supporting this person. Like I was really rocking for this person, going hard for this person, proud of every accomplishment that they done had, but when it's your turn, aka my turn to receive the same, support, from someone, I'm not gonna say a friend, but from someone that you've supported. And this is in general. This is how I feel like about women in general. It tends to go like that from time to time. And I'm not talking about close friends. I'm just talking about, acquaintances, colleagues, associates, like that type of thing. I could talk about friends, but I'm not ready to go into there. But I feel like, once, they realize that I'm not effing with that ish, like at all. Like I don't do backstabbers at all. I don't do people lying in my face. I don't do none of that. So I feel like once I catch on to someone's energy towards me, throwing me under the bus, whatever the case may be, like I feel like I become a mean girl. Like I don't go out my way to be a mean girl, but I say I feel like I become a mean girl because I can go from sweet to nasty. You know what I mean? And I want to work on that because I don't want, even though they did something to leave a bitter taste in my mouth, I don't want to be the person to leave a bitter taste in their mouth. Like, I've talked about an instant in the past where, I made the decision to, walk away from a quote, end quote, friendship, and the person didn't take it well. They didn't take it well. I don't know if I felt like they didn't take it well because of how I went about it. Um, so I recognized that within myself and just felt like, let me apologize because I knew my intentions. Now, my stance is still my stance. I'm going to still stand firm on how I feel, but I don't want you to feel like the way you feel is not what I intended. You know what I mean? That kind of thing. But in this situation, it's just like I have to learn, like, even during one of my lives when the girl came for how I dressed being celibate, like even how I was ready to fight that girl because she just kept like, and I'm very patient, but if you keep I'm like, I'm ready to fight somebody. I don't even know who she is, her name, what she looked like, none of that. But I'm ready to fight this girl because she keeps doing all this. Like, that's the part of me that I want to work on. And trust and believe, like, I've come a very, very long way because I'm not like, I don't have joy in knowing that, oh, I'm being a mean girl towards you. Like, no. Um, I have joy in maintaining my boundaries, yes, and standing on it, yes, but I don't have joy in, hurting people in the process. And one thing I realized, like, even people that intentionally go out their way to hurt me, it doesn't even match up to my cold energy and my mean girl energy that I give because it's a completely different person. Like, so when that person feels that cold energy, like they know it. I don't have to say it. I can still smile. Like at least I think I'm smiling. Like I can still be cordial. I can still engage here and there. I can still show you love on your birthday because I respect and love you. But my coldness, my cold mean girl energy, I just feel like sometimes I just don't feel like it's godly. And it's not that I'm trying to be, a super saint, picture perfect or anything like that. I just know like my thoughts, like whatever I express on the outside that gives that cold energy, I know my thoughts and how my thoughts are towards individuals. When they wrong me, like I be like really having to go to God in prayer. Can you guys see me? Because I feel like you guys can't see me. It's like too bright. Can you see me? Or should I come forward? I don't know. I feel like I can't. Like the sun. Matter of fact, does this work? Is that better? You said it's dark. Yeah, I'm like, oh God. Is this better? I could have just used my light. I do have my light somewhere. Oh, it's right here. Yeah. Because of the sun, yeah. Let's see. Does this work? Oh, it's better? Okay, good. What did I do? See, I haven't used these things in so long. I gotta tighten it up. I don't even know how to tighten it up anymore. But yeah, so I just feel like, I want to work on grace. Thank you, Michelle. I feel like I want to work on grace. That's what I want to do. Here we go. I want to work on being more graceful, even standing my boundaries and not trying to be so mean and cold hearted. But I just feel like a part of me feels like it's just fake. Like if I do it that way, like because it's like no, like how I feel is how I feel. Person put a bitter taste in my mouth. Like I'm not gonna be cool. I'm not gonna fake laugh with you. Like I'm not gonna be like, oh yeah, girl, let's go out. Like I don't want you around me. Like I feel like that's mean. Like like I feel like it's mean, and I feel like in the same token, I shouldn't feel this way because these individuals cause me to be cold towards them. Like you know what I mean? God dang, it was in that sun. Good old Stanley, unaffected. But yeah, you said, wow, I have chills because I see that in me and I want to change. Wow. See? How did you feel when you realized that about yourself? Like, did you feel like you were validated or did you feel guilty or something? Like, I see that you want to change, but what was your thought process? Like, for me, for a long time it went unnoticed because it's like, okay, that's just how I am. Like, there's no the gray areas with me. It's either black or white. You get what you get. You know what I mean? But now because God has been molding me and changing me, I'm recognizing little things that I want to work on, and part of that is like just how I choose to deal with people who choose to mishandle me, because my defense mechanism is to get cold. I feel it's my right, but the Bible teaches us to turn the other cheek. Okay, I only have two. So, you know what I'm saying? You said, Michelle, you said I'm validated, but I don't want to perceive myself as that person. Exactly. Exactly. Because I feel like one, I'm grown. Like, that energy was okay when I was a young girl, when I was like mother freaking in my 20s. You know what I'm saying? But now I'm like, dang, like, I don't want to hurt nobody's feelings, even though what they did to me could have hurt my feelings or did hurt my feelings. You know what I mean? Like, the sun rays are your frequency. They are the reflection of your beautiful energy to us all. Thank you, Danyali. I'm gonna get it together. Thank you so much, Michelle. You said exactly. Yeah. So I'm still like I'm going through this out loud with you guys because I'm still trying to figure it out. But I'm glad to know that I'm not by myself. And you know what I mean? Because when I talk about it to other people, it's like, do you understand what I'm saying? Maybe because I'm not like articulating it well, but I'm glad you understand. I'm glad we can resonate with one another right now because it's not a pretty feeling. You know what I mean? Like I'm the type of person that prefers to put smiles on people's faces. But in the same token, like when I know that I came with positive energy and I had nothing but positivity and positive vibes and well wishes and pure intentions, meant for an individual, and they turn around and just backdoor me or talk about me behind my back or try to throw me under the bus, whatever the situation is, or whatever the situation is that caused me to be cold. I just be feeling like it's a defense mechanism because I don't be wanting people to think that they can play with me. So I get cold to let them know, like, hey, you done messed up. Now you're never allowed back in my life. And I'm like, dang, am I wrong? Am I a nail artist? No, I'm just someone that does her nails for fun and because it saves her money. I can do a little bit. I like to get creative. Um, and this is actually the first time in a long time since my last video that I had a chance to just really just sit down and do this without feeling like I just want to relax. So like I feel like I relaxed a lot. It's a beautiful Saturday and I really need to get these nails done because man, I had like five between the two, I had like five nails that done popped off this last week. So FYI, that last set that I did on my nails, you can find it in the nail playlist, the acrylic nail playlist. I don't know what I named it, but there's a playlist. I'll share it in my community tab when I'm done. But I feel like the last time I did it is just now starting to pop off. So I did a really good set last time. So I really love that one too. It was cat eye. I was looking to buy more cat eye polish, but I wasn't really attracted to the colors that I came across. So yeah, but yeah, that's just one of the things that I wanted to kind of put it out there for myself, because I'm the type that I need to talk things out in the atmosphere, and like I said, I did have conversations about this, but when there's minimum feedback, what can you do? But I did, talk about it out loud to my sister, but she just listens most of the time. I think she feel like if she say too much, we gonna be going at it. So I think she feels like I won't agree or disagree, but I'm open to opinions. So what am I trying to do now? Because I actually have a situation. I'll be that candid. I have a situation that happened just this past week where I feel like I was thrown under the bus. Not that whatever that person did actually really did throw me under the bus. It didn't. It had zero effect on me. But it was the fact that the person did it that just like it just was so off putting to me. Like I just now I'm disgusted by the girl. Like literally utterly disgusted by the girl. So because this girl has me disgusted, you see and hear that mean girl energy coming out. Yeah, but because she has me disgusted, it's like that's literally how my energy is now, like towards the girl. So much so to where I didn't have to say I was upset with this girl. I didn't have to say why I was upset with this girl. This girl knows I'm upset with her, and she knows exactly why without me ever having to say it. Which, one, just goes to show you that whatever she did was out of malicious intent because I didn't have to say anything. But two, how heavy that energy is that I have to where this person could pick up on it. You know what I'm saying? Without me having to say anything. So that's not necessarily a good thing, you know. But at the same time, like I said, it's a defense mechanism because it's something that I developed from just dealing with people in the past. Like I wasn't always like this. Now I will say I always have like a mean girl energy towards me. And I only used it when necessary, always. Like I never was just mean for no reason. Like I always felt like my reasons were validated, but it's just wanting change. You know what I mean? Like especially now that you see how many women pride themselves in being mean girls. Like please, I do not want to be a part of that table. I do not want to sit there. Like I can't do it. And that's just essentially what it is. Like the girl who tried to throw me under the bus, that technically was mean girl energy. Like girl, we don't handle things like that. You could have handled it this type of way, and I would have respected you for it. You know what I mean? But it was just how she went about to throw me and another person under the bus. I really just did not rock with. Like I can't respect it. You know what I mean? So it just this is a person that I genuinely supported. Just anytime this person would have like an anxiety attack, like I would go and grab her. Come on, girl, let's go for a walk. Let's get something to eat. Let's do this. Let's do that. Anything that I can do to make her feel better, cheer her up, like And it's not like I did that so she can be that way towards me because that's genuinely my personality. But at the same time, I treat people how I want to be treated, and I teach people how I want to be treated, you know? So if I ain't never give that type of energy towards you, why are you doing that over here? So now I feel like I got to get cold towards you, which is crazy because I just know me. Like, I don't know how people could tell, but I think it's based on because there's two extremes. Like, I'm either hot or I'm cold. You know, those are the extremes. And with that, I feel like people could quickly pick up if I'm not effing with them or not, you know? And just it's just that coldness right there. And sometimes I don't want to talk about it to the person because it could be for several reasons. Now I'm just speaking in general, like not pertaining to that one situation, but it could be because maybe I called them and they never called me back. So we're not going to keep calling each other. I'm not going to keep calling you so you cannot answer the phone again. Or maybe because, when I were calling you, you act like you really didn't want to be on the phone. So ain't no point of calling you now. Like, you know what I mean? So it just leaves all these rooms for all these gray areas and stuff like that when a person like me loves to communicate. You know what I mean? But everyone not necessarily likes to communicate in the way or the form of fashion that I do. So people like to text, I like to talk. You're not going to get all this out of a text message. I'm not even going to go there with you. You know what I mean? So I don't know. It's just like it kind of just leaves people in weird, awkward spaces, and me just being this mean girl or giving this cold energy because I just came to the conclusion that, ain't no point in telling you because every form of communication that I did try to talk to you wasn't really going for it. So, and that's just kind of how things get lost. Like, even with the situation um, that I mentioned earlier, where I decided to cut ties with someone, and, one of the issues that, she pointed out, which that's why I apologize, is how I handled it. Is basically she was like, you didn't even say anything right away. Like, you waited until I contacted you. So you waited till all that time. And I'm like, yeah, because we don't normally talk, So I just feel like, okay, well, I'll just tell her the next time I see her because I'd rather talk about it in person or the next time she calls me, not expecting this person to call me because she don't typically call me. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's kind of like what happened. So when she called me like a month or so later, that's when I was like, hey, yeah, girl, this is not gonna work out, And that's when I knew, like, yeah, that wasn't right. I should have handled that situation differently. I should have considered her feelings. Um, and that's just in general. Just be considerate of other people's feelings, even if they weren't considerate of yours. You know what I mean? But I'm still learning, man. I'm still learning because my mean girl energy, like I said, I feel like it's always deserving. I'm never just the type to just be mean and nasty for nothing. I'm literally one of those real good girls that love supporting other women. But I pick up on negative energy from women, who were supposed to be supporters of mine or friends of mine or family of mine, and I'm just like, I can't do it. I can't rock with it. So, Michelle, you said my issue is I must realize not everyone is out to get me, but to have been betrayed, sabotaged, etc. I put up my guard every day because I feel like I can't take it, and knowing me, it will go left. Although I'm not a saint, I have done the same in the past. Sorry, I have done the same in my past, but I'm not trying to do that anymore. So I don't want it done to me. Exactly. I resonate. Like, literally, that's why I feel like the defense mechanism wall is up because of the betrayal, the sabotage. Like, it gotten to a point where it's just like, okay, like, and my mean girl energy comes in the form of, like, I remember this one girl I used to call my sister. I seen her over the summer after just finding out she was pregnant by a dude I used to talk to. Like, what? So she had the nerve to try and, like, come and hug me, like, hey, sis. And I was just like, don't touch me. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want that. Like, and I just felt like it was kind of, she was just like, oh, like, And I felt validated because I'm like, I don't want that energy touching me. I don't want her spirit, whatever she got going on. I don't want that touching me. You know, ain't seen the girl in like 4 or 5 years. True story. So I was just like, I don't want her touching me because I don't, whatever spirit's energy, whatever she got, keep that. I don't transfer it over here. But even in that, to me, I feel validated. That's right. That's my right to not want people to touch me. But it's how I went about it. Like I was like disgusted. Like ew. Like don't touch me. You know, because once again, I am disgusted. You know what I mean? So I feel like I could have handled that differently. I don't know how. I don't know what else I would have done. But betrayal like that, you know what I'm saying, is like the reason why I just like as soon as somebody just do one weird little thing, nope, not effing with it. Not effing with it. So I get where you're trying to learn to separate that and know that everyone is not out to get to you. And I feel like I'm dealing with that right now. You know, just like in a dating journey, you know, just trying to separate past things that, you know, I may have experienced with men in the past and not attach it to with someone that's serious about pursuing me, you know. Just yeah, I know you didn't like that with that person, but this is a different person and that's not what that person is doing, you know, like trying to separate the two. So I totally get it. But it's the balance, like, you know, how do you find balance in standing your ground, standing on your business so people know not to play with you, but still be graceful at it? Like, where is the balance in that? Where is the balance in that? Because to me, I just feel like, dang, I'm gonna just have to be cold. And once again, my form of mean girl energy comes in coldness. It comes in straight ghosting, cut off, detaching, separating, like you know what I mean? Or just, you know, I'm not going to speak first anymore. I'm one of those people that always speak first. I'm the one that's always calling. I'm the one that, so now I like pull back on everything that I'm normally doing. I pull back. You said, so our delivery could use work. Yes, I have been working on how I say things. It's not what you say, but how you say. Bingo, Michelle. Yeah, that's what I need to work on, my delivery, for sure. That I'm just trying to figure out how in that situation, in the situation where the girl is trying to hug you and you just found out that she's pregnant by a dude you used to mess with back in the day. Mind you, she betrayed you on a lot of other levels too. How would you handle that situation? She goes to hug you. You don't want her to touch you. I still stand on that. Don't want her to touch me. But how do I go about, like, you know what I mean? Like, how do I, what would have been a more graceful way of maintaining my boundaries, standing on my boundaries, letting her know that I'm not pleased with her, not effing with her, but gracefully? Like, how do you do that? Like, it's the delivery I have to work on because I'm trying to think, what could I have done differently? Cause I'm like one of those awkward people too. That's like I try to say it nice, but then it sounds like I'm being sarcastic. Cause it's like I don't mean no harm, no foul, no play. But it's like, hey, like I don't know, like, hey, could you please not touch me? I don't know. You said I don't know how to answer that, sis, because that's bad. Yeah, I know, it is bad. But thank you. It is bad, but you know, it's just things like that. No, this thing didn't. My hair. Yeah, it's things like that where I just feel like I'm trying to regrow my tulip because the tulips died, and there's a bud in here that's it's growing. It's green, so I don't want to take anything else out until that one spurts up. But yeah, anywho, yeah, it's like even though, because that's usually what it is. Like for me to cut somebody off, for me to stop effing with somebody, male or female, it's literally because it was bad. Like what you did was bad. Like I'm not effing with it at all. So how do I go and still be graceful and not feel like I'm being fake or phony about it? You know, like how do I handle a situation where um with grace and it not be fake. Like I don't get that. Just like I know somebody else, neighbor was giving her issues. She her neighbor ended up doing something accidentally, house caught on fire, so now the other neighbor house has damages and she's crying in this lady's arm. But you were just being evil towards me. So evil that that's part of the reason why this fire happened. But now I'm consoling you while you're weeping in my arms, and then a week later you're speaking negatively about me again. And it's like, well, that's why I haven't been in that situation. I'm thinking how would I handle that, but it's not graceful in my head, so I don't know. I feel like I did my best. I feel like any other version of me would have handled that with definitely too grown to be doing too grown to be fighting. You know what I mean, kind of thing. Off of the respect, off of the principle, kind of thing. Like, girl, I called you my sister, kind of thing. You know, but that version of me, this version of me, that's just being, I got stuff to lose and trying to be modest and allow the fruits of the spirits. Like, the best thing I had was don't touch me. Like, that was the best that I could do, but it was cold. So I'm trying to figure out, like, if I can think of a way that I could have done that differently, then I'll let you guys know. Because right now I don't know, but I feel like that was the best way I could have handled it. But I also feel like, dang, I know she probably felt like, like, dang, you know, don't return evil with evil, repay it with good. I came across a scripture. God dang it. What scripture was that? Dang. I should have screenshot it. Was it today or yesterday? I came across a scripture basically. God dang it. I can't think of it, but it wasn't like you don't return evil with evil, but it pretty much was saying that, like, be nice to people who persecute you, kind of thing. I don't know. I'm gonna have to do some more digging in my word, I guess, to really get the gist of it. I've been mostly looking at things in my Bible pertaining to, like, war stories and how God handled war, because we are living in the last days. So, and you know that history repeats itself and prophecies are being fulfilled. So I've been really focusing my attention on that lately. But even still, like, I know the Word of God. I know it's in the Word of God, and I can probably revisit this again, and give myself a more clear picture on how to do things more gracefully and not feel like I'm being fake. But that'd be the other thing for me. Like, I'm just not in the business of being fake. So I gotta figure out how can I genuinely be graceful, you know? That's the problem. How to balance that. But still in all, with that said, I still believe that, I won't allow these people that do me harm or had ill intent to be an active part of my life. I feel like that's my right too. I also feel like it's my right, if I'm unsure about a person or something that they have done, to remove myself from them until I can figure it out. I feel like that's my right as well. But I feel like doing that sometimes makes me a mean girl, makes me cold. And it's just like I need time to figure out how I want to go about, I'm still trying to process certain things. So my best way to process things is to avoid, um, which may not be healthy in certain relationships, especially friendships that I value. But I know, like, I don't know. I have to figure it out. Could you have pulled her to the side and tell her why those actions were not appropriate, then ask her not to do that so we can get things cordial and not get gangsta? Honestly, I think that would have been more appropriate. I think that actually would have been the better thing to do. Thanks for that, Michelle. Yeah, that actually would have been better. I did think, I remember in that situation, I did think to pull her aside. Um, but in the way my mind was in that moment, it wasn't to pull her aside to be more like, hey girl, like I heard this, that, and the third, and like how, like, cause at this point she's not a friend of mine anymore. Like I don't look at her as a friend or sister, acquaintance, associate, nothing. Like she's definitely one of those that I do not F with. You know what I mean? Because of that and other reasons, you know. The reason that I stopped effing with her prior to, we just happened to be, I'm not gonna say in the same room, in the same area at the same time, you know. But it was just like, well, you know, I can use this opportunity, but I feel like for me in that moment, I chose to go against that because I felt like, well, I honestly don't care to have a relationship with her. Like, you know, like if I cared to have a relationship with her, then in my mind, I'm like, yeah, that would make more sense for me to pull her aside. But now in hindsight, looking at it like, yeah, I still could have, you know, pulled her aside and expressed whatever to her, and that just be that, and would have handled it with a lot more grace, and you know, still maintain my boundaries and stuff, you know. So thank you for that, because I'm going to use that, excuse me, I'm going to use that for the first scenario I was talking about, with homegirl throwing me under the bus, just so that things don't get any more weird, because now she feels as though I threw her under the bus. I'm guessing she feels that way, because it's not because I threw her under the bus. It had nothing to do with that. It's just because when people do evil things towards you, they think that you're doing the same thing towards them. That's pretty much where I'm guessing her thought process is. So she's paranoid because she knows that I'm upset with her about her trying to throw me and another person under the bus. I did not like that. But at the same time, I do feel like, you know, I can pull her aside and just be like, because I do have enough information. It was told to me that, you know, she said that I was mad at her. And I'm just like, how does she know I'm mad at her? Like, I didn't tell her that, you know? So I'm aware that she feels that way. So I can, you know, take your suggestion and, you know, pull her aside when I see her and just be like, hey, just to let you know that I was upset with you. I am upset with you because of that. I forgive you. I forgave you. But because of that, you know, I just have to set my boundaries and just keep it strictly professional from here on out. Because my intentions was still going to be cold shoulder, whatever, whatever. I know she felt that way, but so what? Let her figure out. Let her come to me. And that's what I'm saying. Like that was the mean girl in me. Like let her come to me. She want to know so bad. She asking everybody else. Why don't you come to me and ask me yourself? You know what I mean? But because I am preview to how she's feeling now, yeah, I can show her grace. I can show her what being more fruitful is like. You know what I'm saying? And I can still stand on my boundaries, kind of thing. So, thank you, Michelle, girl. See, I knew I had to talk about it for a reason. Really helped me out a lot. Thank you for that. Thank you, God, because I definitely was going to God about it. Big Don, aka Don, what's going on? Long time no see. I know, right? I ain't been doing nothing too major. I'm lying. Yes. Yeah, it's been a minute, you know. It's been a minute. And I actually wasn't planning on going live today. But I was like, shoot, I gotta do my nails. So I just knew whenever I was doing my nails I was going live again. So yeah. I'm sorry I didn't come back sooner. And you said that's good, great explanation you gave, and period. Thank you, Michelle. That's exactly what I'm gonna do. Just to avoid all the middleman and all the no, hear it from me. But now I can go with a different, more graceful, you know, energy on that behalf. I guess that's just a good way to look at it. You know, take a few days to process. Because people don't understand, like, you need time to process. He said, I'm glad I came across you. Great energy. Oh, thanks, Michelle. I'm glad you came across me too, girl. The energy is reciprocal, okay? Thank you. And you pretty. I see your photo, girl. I'm like, she pretty. Thank you. But yeah, girl, I mean, listen, that's what I'm saying. I'm trying to work on myself because I just want to be fitting for the king and for my future husband, for Bay. You know, like, I just want to make sure I'm representative of the woman God want me to be and the woman I want to be, which is, you know, the version God wants me to be. So although, you know, that means I'm not perfect and all that, like, I'm still gonna have my ish with me, but I know the things that I want to exude, and what I want to exude more than anything are the fruits of the spirit. So with that said, you know, I gotta check myself before I wreck myself. You know what I mean? Like, I don't have all the answers. Definitely don't have all the answers, and I be trying to figure stuff out a lot by myself. You know what I mean? I'm. A lot of people think I'm open, but I'm not as open as I come off. You know what I mean? Like, so I be trying to figure out a lot by myself. So I'm glad that I did decide to, you know, bring this to YouTube and just get it out, get my thoughts out on the matter, because that's all it is. Um, Me trying to get my thoughts out and get feedback, and I got the right person who gave me the perfect feedback. So I'm just gonna try and figure out how I can apply that, you know, in just all areas, you know, just take a few days to process and moving forward. But yeah, I still need to work on it. I still need to work on some things because I do believe, like, a part of me just feel like, you know, when it comes to people that have shown you, oh, they don't really care about something, I'm learning that once you stop caring, they start caring, and now they are the victim. You know, so now you're the bad guy, they are the victim. So now you got to make things right, right? That's how I've been feeling. Um, because I just, my cold mean girl energy just is, it's strong. You know, like, it's strong, and it's something that I didn't always have. You said thank you for the compliment, but I know this girl. Period. But yes, like, you know, I just feel like, you know, I just want to make it. I'm not gonna say lukewarm because we know we don't want that either. You said it won't happen overnight. Change takes time. Absolutely. You're right. And like I said, I have to give myself credit where it's due because old versions of me would have handled all these situations differently in the most chaotic, toxic, dramatic way ever, would have just handled it totally different. So I definitely came a very long way. Definitely nowhere near the same, but I still feel like, you know, like, because I know my thoughts. You know what I mean? Like, even though my energy may be cold on the outside, on the inside, I may be going in. Like, I may be like, man, she don't get her. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I may be talking ish in my head. And that's where it really matters who you are on the inside. And that's where God looks at first. He looks at the heart first. So that's why I felt like I need to check myself because it ain't giving girl in here when somebody does something ill towards me, because I catch a lot of shade girls every day, even on YouTube, every day, Facebook, real life, like, just little shades being thrown, and I just be in the shade, dodging the shade, you know. But sometimes, you know, it get to a point where it's like, okay, like, certain stuff can't be ignored. So now I got to get my cold shoulder. So I don't know. I'm still learning. I'm still learning, and I'm open to learning and open to that change. How did I do this? Okay, let me see. I did this nail mad weird. When I glued this nail on, I had to glue it on twice, so it's a little crooked because I was just rushing and didn't think anything about it. I know acrylic is going to make it straighter, but I'm trying my best. Yeah, I don't know. So another thing I wanted to talk about um, is what does dating to marry actually look like? I'm trying to find people's opinion on that because I'm just curious, do we all have the same idea of what dating to marry looks like? I feel like when I express this, it's like, oh, well, I'm not looking to marry right now. Like, no, I'm not either. Like, I'm not trying to get married right now. But when I say, dating with a purpose and dating to marry, for me, it's just like I just don't want to entertain someone who doesn't have marriage as a goal. You know, I don't want to entertain someone who don't see, um, you know, who don't have time for building or, to really discover if this person is for me. Could this person be a potential husband or wife? Like, that's what I feel like. You said, look at God, look at the growth. That's amazing. But sometimes enough is enough. But we must try to stop and think before we act. And I need to practice what I preach. Amen. And that's all it is, too. That part right there. Just being more less irrational, more rational, more thinking and praying. You know what I mean? Before we speak, being slow to speak, slow to anger, quick to listen, and practice what you preach. Exactly. Like that's kind of like why you know my antennas went off because the topic of last year on my channel was the fruits of the spirit and learning what being contentious is and dissension and discord and lack of harmony. So now I try to be conscientious of, am I being, contentious? Am I causing a lack of harmony? Like, because God doesn't like that. So being that, I now am aware of these things, that's where I started to recognize that within myself. Like, hey, that might not be what God likes. Even though that's not your intentions to be, like, I'm not intending to be a mean girl. Because I know there's mean girls. How is this going to die? I know that there's mean girls that thrive off of mean girl energy. Not me. Like, my intentions is not to be a mean girl. But in the same token, I do realize that naturally I turn into a mean girl towards someone that has done me wrong, is doing me wrong, has ill towards me, like anything like that. So learning just implement a little bit more grace. Just a little loving kindness, a little gentleness. Those fruits of the spirit, just little goes a long way. If God say the faith size of a mustard seed, and then the fruits of the spirit above everything, you should have the faith. You know, if I just had gentleness the size of a mustard seed, if I just did it a little bit more gentle, then I might get a longer way, get a lot further than I would just being cold. So, i.e., me stepping out and being like, okay, I know she has an issue with me. I'm aware she knows I have an issue with her. Let me be the one to make this right, because I feel like it's my duty to, being because I know the fruits of the spirit. I know what God calls us to do. And I appreciate you giving me that advice, because that's a great way to handle it. And I know that, I can talk to this person. I mean, people at the end of the day, everybody is not going to like everything that comes out of your mouth. So she may not like the end result of the conversation, because it's still going to be clear that I still feel how I feel. And, I'm choosing to just remain professional from here on out. But I forgive you, girls. Don't worry about it. Like, just let it go. I let it go. It is what it is. But I'm just one of those people, when they show you who you are, who they are, like they really show you that nasty version of them, I'm not going to play with it twice. I played too many games with too many people that showed me. So I'm like, what do they say? Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me once, shame on me. Something like that. Yeah. I need to put some more code on this one, because this smell is funny. It is so. I'm going to have to just. I'm going to just have to. I don't know. I'm going to just have to see. I'm going to just have to. I want to take it off and do it over again. I'm going to just leave it alone. I'll just try and build some acrylic around it. But oh yeah, okay. So back to the dating with a purpose, dating to marry. Yeah, because I just feel like, in this dating journey process that I'm in, I feel like guys say that they want to date to get married, and I don't really think everybody has the same idea of what that might look like. If they say, "Oh, I want to date with a purpose," and if the purpose is for marriage, like, what are you doing to date? Like, what sets apart dating with a purpose to marry or dating for fun? You know, so for me, I don't date for fun, and I'm not a date 'em all sis type of girl. Like, that's not gonna be me. You said I don't know, but it gave me a rush at one time, but now I try to avoid it because it's hard, and it takes prayer and faith. Amen. So for me, dating with a purpose is like, I'm not open to dating a man if his core values don't align with mine. If he's not serious about his walk with Christ, like, that's just number one, because there is no purpose. If, for me, you don't have, the same energy that I have when it comes to God, Christ, and dating, marriage. You know what I mean? I really don't find it I really don't find a reason to date in my life. I don't know about anybody else, but just for me personally, there's no reason for me to date if I'm not dating to marry. So with that, I know people are like, well, if you do go on a date, you're gonna assume that I did used to assume that when I finally did go on the date, that just magically was gonna be my husband, because I don't date for fun, like this. I only been on one date since being single, and I say one date, but let me be clear. I've went out with guys that I don't call dates, because I feel like I purposely would come out of my pocket to turn the quote unquote us hanging out to make sure it's not a date. Like, no, this is not a date. We're just friends. We're just hanging out. I get the drinks, you get this, or I'll cover the tip, whatever. But I've only been on one date, with the intention to date. Not as, oh, let's link up this, that, and third. Like, with the intention to date. I've only been on one date with one man. It's like, really, one date? Yeah, one date with one man since 2019, since being single 2019. So I feel like in my way, that's because a lot of guys will ask me, like, well, why is that? Why haven't you been on more than one date? It's because I'm not a serial dater, and I don't believe in dating them all, and I'm not eager to go on a date and be in a guy's face because he covers a meal. Like, I literally have no problem taking myself out and spending it on myself or family or friends. Like, I have no problem with that. So I'm not going to do it just to get a free meal. Like, that's not me. If I am going to go out on a date with a guy, it's because he has shown me through communication that somehow, some way, we are on the same page. Now, the guy that I did allow myself to go out on a date with, I can say that situation taught me a lot, because I came to that situation with a lot of expectations, because, like I said, the number one wrong expectation I had was just thinking, like, oh, because I haven't been on a date in so long since being single, the next guy got to be my husband. The only thing that made sense to me, like, duh, why else would God be preserving me? Why else am I not, going on dates and stuff like that? But that wasn't the case. So I felt like I made some errors that I needed to make back then, last year, for what's happening in my life right now. And that's all I'm going to say. So for me, dating with a purpose would involve, just making sure too. Now, would I be mad if a dude, just because I'm not serial dating, am I mad if a guy is serial dating while he's pursuing me? No, not my forte, but I feel like, if you're pursuing me and you're serious, you're going to narrow that down. You know what I mean? Like you're going to narrow that process down. But I feel like for me, um, I just can't keep my energy towards a bunch of guys at one time. So I don't agree with going out to date for fun. Where I'm at in this stage of my life, I need a man that is serious about what he wants, serious about a long term relationship, serious about dating with the purpose for marriage, serious about his walk with Christ. If I hear those things, if I see those things, if I hear that he's working on the stuff that he's working on and it aligns with the same things that I'm working on, like I'm saying, like, okay, maybe God is equally preparing us on our walk right now with him because he's preparing us to be equally yoked. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I'm not going to speak for God. I'm not a prophet. But yeah, I just feel like to me, dating with a purpose would require you to date less. Dating with the purpose to find, someone that will be special to you would mean you're not dating them all, you know. Um, Let me read what you had to say, Michelle. Okay, so you said you must see you must see that shift from we are exploring things together, dating, um, to see us building a life together, marriage, and not just a commitment. Exactly. I say not just a commitment because some will commit but not marry. Exactly. We like those nails done. I know that's right, Randy. What's up? Yeah, I've been needing to do these nails. But yes, Michelle, I agree with that because you will have guys that say, "Oh, I want a serious, long-term, committed relationship," but marriage is not on the agenda. I've talked to a couple of guys that, it's just like dang near 50 and still like, and the part of it is because a lot of them are afraid of that type of commitment. Oh, I don't see what's the difference? Why do I need to do that, this, that, and the third? Well, me personally, for me, marriage is about love, it's about ministry, and it's about business. Um, I already have a business plan for marriage that I've discussed. And it's really meant for one guy, and that's my future husband. And God revealed that business plan to me at some point last year. It just God gave it to me. Like, this is what I want you to do with you and your husband. That type of thing. Y'all get married. This is what I want you. This is the plan right here. I don't mind sharing the plan because I mean it ain't like God gave it to me. I feel like it's a beautiful plan, but it's not for everybody. It's only for, a certain type of people. So, me being that I'm on this dating journey, my intentions to date to marry, one of the biggest things that come up is this business plan, and to see how a man handles that because if he doesn't agree with this business plan that will make us more money as a team, as a married couple, nobody gets, shorted or anything, and this will be in our prenup because I do believe in prenups. Um, but that's just to hold ourselves accountable to make sure that this plan, takes into action. Um, Unless, unforeseen circumstances. But sorry. But yeah, so like I need to have these conversations because if he doesn't agree with this business plan, there ain't no point in me dating him. I'm serious about this business plan. You said you never thought of marriage being a business plan. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, to each his own. Um, a lot of people probably don't agree. Sorry, phone dying. A lot of people probably do not agree with the marriage business plan aspect. Um, but for me, it is because I'm particularly marrying for love and money. And I love that if and when I do get married, it will be because there's love, and money involved. Like, there's an influx of both. So for me, I have an entrepreneurship mind. I'm very ambitious. The type of men that I am attracted to are the same way. Excuse me, just more on a manly level. So maybe he has a couple of businesses, or in pursuant to start a business, or things like that. Like, I have ideas for that type of man. That I can't just be with anybody. I can't just be with someone that doesn't like to work. I can't just be with someone that likes to sit and play video games all day. That's not going to work for somebody like me. I can't marry a man like that, because that marriage for me would not be fruitful. The type of man for me would be someone that that loves success, that wants to invest in long-term wealth, that type of thing, that wants an early retirement. Like, my plan is for an early retirement, you know what I mean? It's a 5-year plan. I'll go over it one day. One day. But it's a good plan. It's a good plan with the right person. It makes sense, especially if businesses are involved or will develop a business together. Exactly. And that's why I feel like a lot of people lack, because me, during the times where I was engaged, I wasn't thinking these things. I was marrying for love, or the lack of, but I thought I was in love, that type of thing. So, and that's what made me realize, after healing and growing and learning more about myself, since being single, that I can't just be with someone that doesn't work harder than me. You know what I mean? If I'm a workaholic and you're not a workaholic, we're not going to work. I can't be with someone that doesn't have perseverance and drive. Like, that stuff, like, thrives, like, it pumps in my blood. You know what I mean? So to have a partner that has the same ambition, that thrives in him too, we can be a very dynamic duo. You know what I'm saying? It just takes the right partner. Now, to say, okay, this partner may not have all the assets that one might want, or maybe that gentleman does, but he has a plan himself, and his plan plus my plan are now equally yoked. Look at God. So now this plan is prosperous, because God gave me this plan during my preparing to be a wife journey, and he gave you that same plan that fits into my plan during your preparing to be my husband journey. So now here we are with this crazy plan, with an early retirement, living fruitful, all because we were obedient and we didn't marry for just love. You know what I'm saying? So for me, in my marriage, it would be a business for sure. So that way we don't have to worry about, who, if there was a divorce, if things didn't work out, we don't have to worry about, okay, who gets what, who, no. This right here is security for both of us. Whether we stay together or not, this is security for both of us. This is what we came together to do. This is what God called us to do, and that's just what it's going to be. You said, nice, girl. That's what's up. Great mind. Girl, that's all God. Thank you. I'm telling you, one day God just gave it to me, like, out of nowhere, and I was just like, yo. So, yeah, that's all God. But, yeah, that's just how I view things. So, like, when it comes to dating with a purpose and dating to marry, it requires a more, I guess, intentional dialogue in the beginning talking phase. Like, day 1, day 2, like, listen, this is where I'm at, and this, like, how do you feel about it? Because I know some guys will be like, what? You want me to do what? But the right man is going to be like, you know what? I can actually rock with that. And because there's a prenup, there's a contract involved, I can rock with that. Now, what do you have to bring to the table? I'm glad you asked that, because I have been preparing that tip. Okay, so, yeah, these assets, thanks to the great old company I work for, allows for a man who has an entrepreneurship mind, or somebody that's ambitious as I am, to actually get a lot further and have more chances and opportunities opened up. Maybe bigger loans or something, you know what I mean? Just because of the company I work for. So there's more things that are being attached to this now, where this business is now not only blessed by God, but it also makes sense. It makes sense cohesively. So yeah, I think about these things when it comes to dating for marriage and dating with a purpose. Like, what is your purpose? What do you plan to accomplish within your marriage? Now, outside of the business aspect, my purpose is ministry. Marriage is ministry, and it's one of the most sacred ministries there are in the Bible. And granted, how would I want to see my marriage move in a ministry type of way? I want to see people touched by the love, the connection, the rawness, the realness. You know, of course, I wouldn't be like a lot of these uh, married couples that just put all their stuff on. I believe in, marriage being sacred. But, maybe the reason why God caused me to start a breakup journey and celibacy journey and dating journey on my channel is because maybe one day, when he does give me that husband, I am married, and people that was there from the beginning that watched that thing blossom and, watched it from the beginning when I was a mess, when I was a wreck, and see the transitional phases and see that part of me being a wife. Like, hey, like, I seen what God did for her. I want God to do that for me too. How do I get what God did for her? By going to God. And it doesn't necessarily mean, oh, how do I get a man or a husband or anything like that? Because just like I say to anybody, whether I end up married or not, I still end up whole. I still end up, living according to God's will. But it's just to say, like, pertaining to a marriage and it being ministry, like, that's how I would use it, to glorify God, to come together as one to God. I really look forward to that, because I want to know what that feels like. I feel like that's something that you probably can't even imagine unless you're in Christ and married. You know what I mean? But I'm interested to see, like, what other opportunities God will open up for me and my future husband because of our union. What ministry doors will open up. You know what I mean? How many souls we could save, just by them witnessing the journey and everything that I've been through and seeing what he did for me. You know what I mean? Because that's how God is glorified, by, his works in other people. You said I have to go, but I would love to speak with you again. I will definitely look you up. I never stay on a live this long. But thank you for the encouragement you gave me. Rather you knew it or did not. Oh, thank you so much, Michelle, and thank you so much for coming here. I am on Facebook, B Chrissy, BE space CHRISSY, and Instagram is Chrissy Beads, but I don't really post on there no more. But it's Chrissy_beads on Instagram, BE Chrissy CHRISSY on Facebook. I'm always on Facebook, always on Facebook. Well, I'll be deactivating from there too, but I'm more vocal there too. I don't go live on there anymore, but like I post like videos and pictures and stuff like that. Yes, B space Chrissy, 2 words, B Chrissy. Yep, but spelled just like that. But thank you, Michelle. Like, I really, really do appreciate the advice you gave me. I'm going to use that. I believe that that's exactly what I needed to hear, see, and I'm going to move forward with that grace. So I appreciate you. I hope to see you again, girl. And I'll talk to you later. And I hope you have a blessed weekend. You got me? Cool. Thanks, Michelle. Thank you for stopping by, showing love, and engaging, girl. I appreciate you. Have a great weekend. You guys are cool. I love my YouTube family. You guys are so cool. I love meeting new people from YouTube. I love that because you feel like you have people that understand you. That's why I come here to like express my thoughts and just get it out, because I just like, Lord, sometimes you keep stuff in too long and you just want to get it out and just speak it out loud, but you don't want to talk to yourself, even though technically it seems like I'm talking to myself. But yeah, I really appreciate that, because this is what you call a fruitful life. I gained from this and somebody else gained from it. So that ain't nothing but God. So God, thank you. But yeah, I just wanted people to put more perspective into what it means to date with a purpose, to date with the purpose to marry. Like, are you really considering what that actually looks like? And what is it? What's the purpose of marriage that you want within your marriage? What would be the reason for you getting married outside of love, outside of money? Like, what are the reasons? And that's how you can pretty much determine how to move forward in your dating process and your dating journey. But certain conversations have to be had very, very early on when you're dating with a purpose to marry, because if you know that you're practicing celibacy, even though a lot of people don't agree with you disclosing that information early on. And to be honest, I kind of felt that way for the first time ever as of last year. But I feel like you just kind of play it out by ear. But for the most part, I don't want to keep anybody hanging around because they feel like they may get something. Like, I'm not a fun girl. If you're looking for a fun time, I'm not that girl. So I don't want you hanging around thinking like, okay, I'm a getter, because I don't want that type of man around me. If you plotting on me the whole time, I'm thinking we dating with a purpose, and the whole time you just trying to see if you can break my celibacy journey. Well, god dang, hope you know it's gonna come back on you. But yeah, that's like pretty much it. I do know that I want to let this phone charge a little bit, so what I'm gonna do in the meantime is finish filing and buffing these nails, let it charge a little bit, probably do one hand acrylic, and that should give me enough time, and then I'll come back when it's time to finish the other hand acrylic and apply the color. So that's what I think I'll do. We've been here for more than an hour, which is great. So it's about time for me to take a break anyway. Um, don't mind me. I really feel like this needs to be higher. Here we go. Why am I still on this nail? When I did these middle fingers the last time, they were so mother freaking bulky. I said, let me make sure I taper these down this time. I did say I was going to stop talking, huh? I like to shave, like, the tip line. You guys can't see me again? Oh, dang it. Sorry. Can you see me? It's too dark. It's too dark. But yeah, I forgot what I was going to say. Is it about these nails? I think this is a little bit more tapered. Oh yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like the tip line, I like to file them a little bit more. It makes it less easy to break, to split. So I like filing it so that it looks like, when this nail is pissing me off, I might just do this one over, because I don't know what I was thinking. I know I was rushing. I'll be dead serious. I'll be dead serious, cracking myself up. I'm seriously trying to avoid this acrylic powder application, because I had these on my nails for like the last 2 days and do nothing with them. So like, okay, let me do these, because I gotta do my daughter's too. I was supposed to do hers for her birthday. So like, if I do mine, then I'll have to do hers, because I can't just have mine done. So That's my logic for you. So I don't like when they do your nails and the nail tip is bigger than your nail bed. I'm like, can you file that? No? Okay. I'll be wanting them like my nail beds are small. Like I should not have any wide nail beds. It look crazy on my hand. Cause it's not meant to be that wide. I'm obviously gonna finish this part and just do like the one hand acrylic, and then I'll finish the other acrylic on live when I come back because I'm going to take a break and be done with this. I ain't even do nothing. I feel like I need a break. I still don't know what I'm doing with the color. Like I don't know if I'm thinking about. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm entertaining the thought of doing like a French tip, but in chrome, rose gold. But I'm also thinking about doing a whole nail in that chrome rose gold. This is the color chrome that I want to use. Can't really see it because the lighting, but it's a chrome rose gold. The only reason why I'm going with this color, I felt like the other color was pink, but she said it was purple. I don't know, but it'll match my dress. I'm going somewhere, and I want to make sure that my nails look cute. So my dress is pink, like soft powder pink. I'm gonna need some. I'll tell you what I'm gonna need. I'm gonna need some chapstick. That's what I need to get. All these lip glosses. My best gave me this. It came in a pack. I love these lip glosses my best gave me. Like they came in. I think I talked about it before. It came in mad different colors. But yeah, I love these. Um. Oh, I needed something on these lips. Let's see. Taper wise, it looks good. Yeah. Not too shabby. This looks a little wide still. Let me see if I can fix this. I think it's just how I put it on because these two, these three? No. Yeah, these three and then this one recently. But I had put these nails on and then I took them off. Like tore them off, so like left me with no nails, just nubs. So I feel like that's why it looks like this. I'm gonna just balance it out with some acrylic. There we go. Not really trying to do coffin, just trying to get like a tapered. I like the square, like super square shape. Like I love that. The reason why I didn't used to get it is because the nail salons never could do it. Like they were pissing me off. It would look huge. It would look super big on my finger. I'm like, no, I want the tapered square. I love that look. But I think this will be the last time I do tapered. I'm ready to go back to like my almond or stiletto shaped nails. Maybe. Okay, I guess. I'm still not doing this shape right here. because I need some more. I need some acrylic. I'm also trying to do my cuticles at the same time. Like trim them. These glasses, no, they left sliding off my nose. That's what I was. God dang it, this one's crooked too. This is so funny. What was you doing? I'm gonna force myself to do my nails. You know what it is. That's where I got that from. Yeah, but you guys, I'm going through a transitional phase in my life. I'm always going through a transitional phase. All good things, though. This is an interesting phase, and I just feel like I just have to be hidden a little bit. So I don't mind coming back when it's time to do my nails, because I personally want to document doing my nails. I personally want to do that, and I just figure like, hey, we can pick up a little chit chat. You know, we talk about a topic or two. Give me tips, advice, opinions, perspectives. While we do these nails, right? But yeah, I just been feeling like, you know, I'm just called to be a little bit more modest and not in the way that you think we're not talking about clothes, okay? I'm just talking about being seen in general. Like, I know a lot of single women, their main thing is like, I need to be visible, I need to be seen. Me, I'm feeling like I need to hide right now, because there's only one person that needs to see me. So that's where I'm at right now. Like, I don't want to be seen by everybody right now. And it sucks, because it's like, I'm saying it sucks because I was so mother freaking close. I'm talking less than 73. Yeah. Less than 73 views away from being monetized as of December, January. What I go and do? I stopped going live. Stop going live. For real, for real. Like, I just like, I was so close. I was just like, okay, if I literally just did 1 week straight since January, I would have been good. I would have been good. But I feel like this is not the first instance where I pulled back at the heart of me about to be monetized, which I was trying to explain to like my colleague a couple of weeks ago, that I just feel like it's about being modest. You know, like, I feel like I don't want too much, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to be glorified, you know, like, I don't want the glory of God being misrepresented by, you know, getting all the glory, all the accolades. It ain't me, it's God. So I feel like a way for me to be modest is just to like stay away from social media, not post pictures, not post videos from time and time. You know, like, I can come on every day. Sometimes I feel like it's best to not be seen today. You know what I mean? Sometimes I feel like I have to go into a quiet place. You know what I mean? Like I can't explain it only because I can't give you details. But in so many words, that's just how I feel. That's just where I've been feeling led to, you know. Just being modest, not being seen, not being all out there, and you know, and that's the whole purpose of having a YouTube channel, is to be seen. But fortunately, um, um, it happens that way, but not everybody wanted to happen that way. Like me, I know if I go on TikTok, I can have a lot of views. I don't want that many views. I don't want that many people looking at me at once. Like I like my little bubble on YouTube where only certain crowds find me, that was curated to the things that they already like, you know, or people that are aware of my channel, like, you know, that type of thing. Like I don't want to be exposed to the world, you know. And sometimes I feel like, you know, especially when you get like, oh, you know, I don't even want to get into it because, like I said, I can't really be too detailed, but I just feel like for a woman like me, sometimes you just have to not be seen. And people don't get that because they're like, oh, you're so pretty, and this, that, and the third. Is like, yeah, well, a lot of times I just want to be heard, you know, and I still think about fully transitioning into, you know, or not fully, but, you know, maybe in my absence, do my Sipping with Chrissy monologues. Because that's what it's about, like being heard more than anything, just getting good words out. Of course, I'll share like my daily, weekly stuff on in the community tab, um, when I can. But going live and getting views and, you know, going out my way to get views, like I just feel like it's just too vain to be honest. And that's honestly not me. I watch the monetization come close, come very, very close, and every single time I just pull back. And I just feel like I just pull back because that's just my version of being humble. You know what I mean? Like that's just my version of being humble. I'm not in competition with anyone. I'm not, you know what I mean? Like I'm not um, doing this full time. No, I'm just doing what I love to do on a hobby, downtime, leisure type basis. I like everything that I do to be done effortlessly. So if I have to force myself to go live, force myself to record a video, and I'm really just not in the mood to. And when I say I have a busy life, please by all means don't think because I have children that my life is so, like, my kids are here. You don't even hear them. Like my kids are very well behaved. You know what I mean? They keep my life fulfilled. Please don't misconstrue having a busy life, meaning like, oh, I don't have no time, it's stressful. Like, no, like it's just I have a fulfilling life. And even in having a fulfilling life, my life requires me to just relax. Like I love to relax, especially when I'm not working. My 9 to 5 could be, you know, 8 to 5, 6 to 5, 6 to 8. You know, like it is what it is. But my life is exactly how I love it. I love that my life is fulfilling. I love that I have children in my life to fulfill my life. I love that my children are old enough that I can do things like this and not be bothered, not be annoyed. You know what I'm saying? I love that, you know, I have friends and family that keeps my life fulfilled. Like I love those things. I love that I have friends at work. You know what I'm saying? Like I overall love what I do for a living. Um, I love what's happening in my life right now. Like, you know, I have a very fulfilled life, which is exactly what I prayed and asked God for, which is exactly what a woman like me needs. Because of how driven I am, ambitious I am, I like being on go, but I also like being still. So when I'm in my moments of being still, I like relaxing. I like getting massages. I like spending quality time with my friends and family. That stuff you guys don't get to see all the time. I may post a picture here and there or whatever. Um, but you guys don't get to see that stuff all the time. You know, but that's 99.9% what I'm doing when I'm not going live. You know what I mean? With the exception 2 weeks, those 2 different weeks that I was under the weather. I feel like that is just about as low as it gonna get. I'm doing all this. I think I'm done. It's time for me to take a break. This nail looks so bad. I'm about to wrap this up. So yeah, that was the gist of it, you know. So I will be going back live to finish my nails in probably about an hour or so. I'm terrible. But all I did was basically just file this down so that I can get to the acrylic part. I'm just going to soak these brushes in here so that they can be for my use. And I'll come back with part 2 so we can get this rest of the acrylic on. And I'm not going to use, I think this brush is done. I might have to cut that. Oh, I might have to cut that. Oh yeah, these, I tore these up. I need to get a new brush set. Anywho, but yeah, that's all it is. I do plan on coming back today because once again, it's beautiful, relaxed. I was up early, so I had time to do my nails today, and I just figured, like, you know, definitely wanted to go live when I do my nails. Gonna take a break. I'll be back in an hour or so. See you later. Thank you so much for tuning in. Peace and love and harmony, and be blessed. See you in a bit. All right. Okay. Almost forgot how to turn this thing off. It's been so long.